Hey guys, welcome to episode 2 of Friends or Foes.
Part 2.
Part 2 of Friends or Foes.
Yes.
I'm Christina.
And I'm Allison. And we are Cafecito
And Tecito.
So you said you had more. I talked about my experience with my best friend. And I told you a little bit about what had happened. And then you told me a little bit of yours. It's kind of similar, but not too similar.
Mm-hmm.
We said, I think, enough of what we needed to say. But you said, well, what about our close best friends? And like we both said that we didn't, like, I don't think I can ever have another best friend.
Yeah, and I agree.
We're going to start, well, I guess, like I said, as you get older, you um, pay attention to your close friends. And there's always going to be that one friend. I think there'll be more than one friend you're very close to that you want it to be a best friend, but you've already had a bad experience with it. So you don't want to mess up the friendship you have because it's perfect. And you don't want to put that label, because I think when you put a label on somebody, it's like you have to live up to it.
Yes.
So like, you know what I mean? Like you like me as a girl, like we love each other, but like you'll fall in love with a friend and you want to be like, that's my best friend. But you want to hold it back because you don't want to give her that.
Yeah.
But you know that's your other person.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
You just don't want to admit it?
Yeah. And you don't want to say it out loud because you don't want to mess up what you already have going on.
Yes.
And I feel
my God, yes.
I feel like just keeping it the way it is.
Like, we're cool, bitch. Like, let's just keep it like
yes,
that.
let's not put a label. We know, I got you and you got me, and that's it.
And let's keep it like, I think it's losing another friendship, because we didn't lose one, right? But we lost the best friend title. So it's like we're basically starting over. It's like a whole different relationship.
I feel like losing a best friend is like a death.
Yes, because I grieve for my best friend. Like, I wish.
Yes,
I wish she was around. Like, I wish.
Like I told you last time, it was like there's things that happen in my life I want to call.
Yes.
Because I know that one person would understand it without me having to say. They would understand it. So it's like things that happen in my life I wish I could call, but I feel like later on you find people that is just that one phone call away.
Like with the whole thing with the TikTok, like, I don't call nobody when I hit certain milestones, or like whenever I have stuff coming up. Like, I don't, like, who am I supposed to call? Like,
yeah.
So it's like I'm just like, oh, I hit 10, I hit 15, I hit 20, and I'm just like, okay, cool. But yeah, I wish I could just be like, hey, bitch, guess
Did
what?
you see?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
And I wonder too, like, does she know where I'm at now? Like, does she look me up like on Instagram, or I don't know? Like,
I've thought about it too, but sometimes I'm just like, you're not a part of my you're not a part of my life no more. So you don't get, if you get to see a glimpse of it, well, lucky you.
You're lucky.
Yes, because we have allowed it
Yeah.
to be more public. You know what I mean? Because that's what we're doing right now. We're putting ourselves very much out there, not only for our family and our close friends, but for anybody, everybody. I guess we can say the whole world, or whoever it reaches, because we don't know who's gonna reach.
So remember I told you that my dad's coworkers have seen
Oh
glimpse
yeah.
of it.
Did he finally tell you?
No, he hasn't told me nothing. So I'm supposed to see him either today or tomorrow. So I'm just gonna ask him, like, hey, who told you what?
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel like, yes, we talked about our best friends, but I have close friends, how you said close friends. And I have one that just got married, she's pregnant. I have one that just bought a house. I have another one that just had a baby. I feel like we're all in our own little worlds. So I haven't seen them or talked to them, but they're still my friends. Like, we still text each other here and there. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I just wanted to touch bases on, we have other friends or other friends that we've had that we've lost.
I feel that friends, sometimes close friends become family. They take away that title of friend, and then they become family. And then, especially kids, our kids get really close to our close friends, and then they're not gonna be like, oh, like, you're just, this is my friend. Oh, they'll be like, oh, this is my tia.
Mm-hmm.
Y nada que ver con sangre.
I know. It's crazy. It's
Yeah,
really crazy.
but it's the love that they our kids see, and then they just feel like, hey, okay, yeah, it doesn't feel you're not my
They're
just
pretty cool.
yeah. That's my tia.
Hmm.
You know what I
That's
mean?
cute. It's
You
really
grow
cute.
from just a regular step,
Hmm.
just from a friend circle step. Yes, I agree.
So I've had friends that have backstabbed me, betrayed me, and I feel like it's made it harder for me to accept new friends. Like I feel like there's not friends, but like girls. Wait, time out. I do have a question because me and my mom just talked about this.
What?
Do you believe a girl can have a guy friend?
Single or not single?
Both.
I think when you're married, it's different.
Really?
Your husband has to. I think your husband has to be very strong. I think there has to be a lot of communication with your spouse for you to have for you as a woman to have a guy best friend. To
Not a
be
guy best friend, just a
a guy.
friend.
I don't know. My husband ain't gonna be like that.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I think you. I think there has to be a lot of like your husband has, or your husband or your boyfriend or your spouse or your partner has to understand, like really understand, like that this is just a friend, nothing more, because I think it can cause problems
Yes.
in the long run. Not as long as there's an understanding from the very beginning. I think there should be no problem. But if y'all been with this person, like I've been, let's say, like for example, I've been with my husband for years, and I'm like, oh, this is my guy best friend. Ain't no way.
Yeah.
Ain't no way this guy just pulled up. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, no. I think it has to be like an understanding from the very beginning too.
I really believe you can have not a guy best friend,
A guy friend.
a guy friend. Yeah. I believe you can have,
I do believe. Then yes, then I confuse it then, because a best friend that's gonna a guy best friend. I think your spouse or your person has to. Because remember, everything I'm gonna give you opinion on or my thoughts is because I'm married.
mhm.
So I'm always gonna try to take my spouse's a little bit of his consideration. Sometimes I don't give a fuck, but most of the time I do.
Yeah.
But like I think your person has to want to be okay with it. But I think I have guy not guy best friends. I have guy friends that I can just tell my friends, hey, I'm gonna go have lunch with him. Okay. I used to do that a lot, because back in the day, we were in a car club, so there was a lot of guys. Well, I
Yeah.
became really cool with some of them, and like I considered them like, oh, brothers,
Mhm.
uncles to my kids. Do you want to go eat? Yeah, I would go. And I would, but what I would always do is, text my husband or and let him know like, hey, I'm gonna go eat with this person, or hey, we're gonna go here, because I didn't want to be somewhere and then so there's messy people out there that are just
Yeah.
waiting to catch you slipping or thinking they're catching you slipping. So that's when I would text them like, hey, I'm gonna go eat with so and so. Oh, okay. Or hey, we're gonna go pick up something here. Oh, okay. Just so if it came there, he'd be like, yeah, I already know what he's talking about. That's our
Yeah.
friend. Yeah. So I think it is possible. It is doable, but you have to have that communication with whoever you're with.
With the partner, if you have a partner with your partner.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am curious to know how it would be in the process of getting with somebody and them being okay with it. It's like, would I introduce the guy friends to,
Yeah, it'll be quick.
like,
Yeah.
I don't know. And then it's like, would the partner be okay with the new dynamic or like the new circle or like, I don't know.
Well, I think if he loved you and cared about you and he understood and you've made it cuentas claras, clear,
Yeah.
then it shouldn't be a problem. But then if it's a problem later on, then he always had a problem. He just didn't know how to tell you. Right?
Facts. Facts.
Period. Punto
Facts.
final. So I have a question. Have you ever had a close friend betray you in any terrible way or a little shady? Because there are those friends that like reading for you in the back. Oh, girl, I seen you. You look so good in this, and then you hear like that bitch is fucking ugly and da 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 this. Or I think there's friends that are low key haters.
Yes. Yes. So, in the process of me opening up my original shop, I had this friend, quote unquote friend. So I used to go to beauty school with her, but I was the girl from Oak Cliff. I was the ghetto one because I was from Oak Cliff.
Yeah, from the hood.
So ella siempre me lo aventaba en cara like, you're the ghetto one, you're like the...
She would tell you that?
Yes, but I took it as in like, we're cool, we're joking, but I really liked her and I got really cool with her husband. And her husband was from Oak Cliff too.
Oh, okay.
So to me, I took it as an we're joking, like, nothing serious. So she was the reason why I decided to expand the salon because me and her shared a small suite, and I would do lashes, and she was on the other side, and she would braid hair. And well, yeah. And then I told her I was like, hey, like I'm thinking about expanding, and I was like, would you come with me? She's like, yeah. She's like, I just need help. So she started. She had no knowledge of Instagram. She had no clients. She had nothing. And me, I consider her my friend. Possibly, she could have been like my best friend.
That.
She was it.
Mm.
And I went out of my way. I took pictures for her. I opened up her Instagram. I did everything.
You helped her start.
Yes. Yes.
Continue.
So
This is great.
we moved on to the bigger shop where you helped me move all the stuff in.
Oh, yeah.
El cuartito más grande. And I asked her, I'm like, hey, like, what do you want? And she's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, I'm gonna buy all new furniture. Like, I was trying to please her.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what kind of chair do you want? Like, how would you like the setup? It was still my vision because I was the main one, but she was my friend, so I wanted her input. So I bought the salon chairs. I set it up super neat.
Yeah, I remember
You were
you even
there.
bought the mirrors and everything.
Yeah, so I did the whole setup thinking of her to make her comfortable.
I didn't know that.
And I didn't charge her rent.
What?
I didn't charge her rent. And if I did, I don't remember because it's been years. I was probably charging her like 100 a month or maybe like 150. Because keep in mind, in my head, I'm like, pobrecita, she just started. Let me help her because she's my friend.
Yeah.
So I was probably, if I was charging her, I was charging her like the bare minimum. And
But continue.
yes, so I purchased stuff for her to use at the salon because in my head I'm like, it's convenient for me to already have it because I want to start an actual salon.
Yeah.
So it's like if she leaves, the stuff is still there.
Yeah, because I remember you said you wanted to have everything there so if somebody left, somebody can just come back in. And if they wanted to bring little stuff, it would be fine. But it would never be empty.
Yes. So she started asking me like, hey, do you have like an LLC? And at the time I didn't. And she started asking me like little stuff like, hey.
Because you were learning too.
Yes. So she started asking me little stuff. And
oh, that's sneaky. Continue.
You catch on to
where this conversation is going.
Yeah. So she wanted to team up. She wanted to be co-owner
of your dream
of what I had already started.
No.
And in the back of my head, I'm just like, I can't do it. Like, I've worked so hard to be my own boss to now have to share what I started. Like,
yes, because you have to teach yourself everything behind the
yes,
scenes. Because there's paperwork behind any business
yes.
to get where you're at. They don't see all that.
So
I only know it. I don't have my own business, but my parents did for a long time. So I know there's a lot of back end stuff to start for the business to take off nicely.
And I even went on to changing my name to make it more suitable for the whole salon.
Oh yes.
So I changed everything or whatever, and new girls started coming in. So I was renting the rooms to other girls.
And she was still there at this time.
She was still there.
Asking questions.
Keep in mind we're friends. So then
but are you friends?
She started complaining that I was talking to one girl too much. Hey, you're always talking to so and so. And I'm like, we're at work, like it's more like a hey, you know. And I remember I used to always tell her like, hey, we have to separate business from friends. So we would have those days where I'm like, hey, like we're friends right now, or like, hey, like business, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, so then you start to notice. So slowly, like we stopped talking less. And then she would message me. She'll be like, hey, you were talking to so and so today. Like today you didn't acknowledge me. But it's like, I'm not gonna go bother you if you're doing a client.
Yes.
Like it's just not right. So if I'm sitting there and I don't have a client and my other partner is there and she doesn't have a client, like I'm gonna go talk to the girl that doesn't have a client, because I feel like it's disrespectful for me to go and sit there and talk to you while you have a client.
Yeah, and they don't have no knowledge of what the hell's going on, anyways.
Yes, so it started like that, and she was always busy. Keep in mind, I'm promoting the whole salon, I'm promoting all the girls. So we're busy now. So I used to work at 5 in the morning until 6 at night.
Mm-hmm.
I was just on a grind.
Yeah, because you're starting, you're trying to get it together.
So I remember one day I didn't go on a Saturday, so to them it was weird. So one of the other girls that was there, she's like, "Hey, are you coming in today?" It's like 8:30 in the morning, and I was like, "No, like not today. Like I'm gonna take today off." She was like, "Look at your cameras."
Oh, heck no.
And I was like, "Why? What happened?" So I look at my cameras. The girl packed up everything.
The things that she didn't even buy?
Yes,
Oh.
she packed up everything, stuff I have, like hair I had bought, products for the hair, everything I had bought for my salon, she packed up and she just left. So I called her and she's like, my contract says that as long as I pay rent,
As
like
long as you figure what?
as long as I pay rent, we're good. And I was like, you took the stuff that
You bought?
I bought for the salon. She's like, well, I'm still going to use it. I'm just going to now do it from home.
No, ma'am.
And I was like, it doesn't work like that. Like, you have a contract with me at the salon. And she's like, well, on the contract, it says, as long as I'm paying rent, like, we're good. So she's one of the reasons I had to reward my whole paperwork,
But that's how
too.
you learn.
Yes. You learn
It just takes
through,
one bitch to think she got it, but she
yes.
don't.
Yeah, so that happened. And then after that, it just wasn't the same. And I remember pasaron like 2 weeks and she tried to text me like jokingly, like, hey, whatever. And I'm just like, it's just not gonna be the same. Like I
No,
trusted
and
you.
she never gave you nothing back?
She didn't give me nothing back.
I want to know how she's doing now.
I didn't bash her on social media either. I kind of just took my L and I just rolled with it. And
She never came back to the salon?
so one time I went to go get my lashes done. And my lash girl was her suite was right here. And I'm passing and I'm walking and I see her logo on the door.
This is a totally different place,
Yes.
but she working from home.
So I'm walking and I see her name on the door, like her logo or whatever. And I told my lash girl, I'm like, hey, do you know homegirl across the hall from you? She's like, yeah, she's new or whatever. And I was like, oh, okay. So I'm telling my lash tech now like what happened. And she's like, no, like she's been here already for a while, yada yada yada. So like me when I was leaving, I was gonna peek in the room and just be like, oh hey, I like your suite. But whenever I was leaving, she wasn't there no more. I have came across her stuff like on TikTok. I'm blocked on social media, so I never run through her stuff. But that's one of the friends that I felt betrayed because I helped her,
Yes.
and she just took off with. I basically gave her the not her career because she
A
had
starter
already.
kit, goddamn.
Yes.
Oh no.
So I learned from her not to do. So after she left,
Oh, so you fucked that up for everybody.
yes,
Oh my.
I when I moved to the bigger suite,
Mm-hmm.
everybody had to buy their own stuff.
Oh, this time you didn't.
I didn't. I sold everything. I sold everything. The girls that were there with
Oh.
me,
Mm-hmm.
I told them y'all can use the stuff or buy the stuff off of me.
Mm.
And I was like, y'all can't keep anything. No, no, ma'am.
Yeah.
So yeah, so us transitioning from that room into now my new suite,
No.
everybody has to buy their own stuff. I literally just provide the room now,
Oh, okay, okay,
and that's
okay.
it. So
Because it
because
just
of
took one.
yes, it took one per. I'm grateful for her because she showed me not to trust people, to just do stuff on my own.
It's literally like a lesson. If you think
Yes.
about it, it's an ugly lesson because you trusted her
Hmm.
and now you had to just, well, it made you pay attention to the contracts too.
Yes. Everything. Everything, and
But you know what the thing about it is, you didn't. I'm pretty sure you did word your contract right, but she just tried to find a
a
loop
little. Uh-huh.
because because you trusted her. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So,
Oh my
and then I
goodness.
have pictures of my daughter with her kids. Cause keep in mind we were friends.
Yeah,
We were friends. I would go over. I was cool with her husband. Yeah. So she was my friend prior to all of this. So it's she would have been.
so not only did you get a heartbroken, like, well, I guess heartbroken for with your best friend, and this was before this is throughout the whole, like, you having your best friend, and then this. That's terrible.
So I've learned being there at the shop. I've learned to separate like work and friends. And now I had the other girl. She did something similar to me.
That's the one that I was thinking.
That's the one that you know about.
Yes, that
Yes.
one was shady too.
That one was super shady. I ella también, like I trusted her. I knew what I could and couldn't say around her.
From the very
Um,
beginning. So
yes.
she was just. So would you consider her a friend or an acquaintance?
She was, I would say, a friend
I
too. With her, I should have learned my lesson from the first girl. So with her, it
You
was
gave everybody the benefit of the doubt that one bitch
yes.
ain't gonna be like the other bitch. That's the thing. Y'all bitches fucking up.
Yes.
And y'all
So
got a real one.
she got pregnant multiple, maybe two or three times. I forgot how many kids she has now. Two or three times. Hey, I can't pay rent. I'm pregnant. Hey, don't worry about it. Cause she was on maternity leave.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, hey, like don't worry about it, or hey, you can be late, or hey, whatever. But in the back of my head, as the time's passing by, it's like I still have to pay my bills. I still have to, yes, I'm cutting her slack. Is she seeing that I'm cutting her slack? Does she know she doesn't pay what she's supposed to pay? So over time,
Oh,
the
heck
same
no.
thing started happening. It's like we would say hi to each other, we would chit chat, and then de repente, like it's just
Less and
we're
less.
talking less. Where so this whole time she's planning on leaving to open up her own salon, which I've always been super open to. Hey, you're not meant to be here with me forever. Like,
Yeah, this is just a starter, so you can
yeah,
grow. I think that would be any business, right?
yes. So that was my whole concept when I opened up the shop. It's just I didn't have nobody to guide me, so it's like I wanted to help people. I'm all about helping people, especially women,
Yeah,
women
yeah.
empowerment. So my thing was I'm gonna open up the shop so girls that don't know where to start, they can come here and I can just be like, open up Instagram. Da, 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 da. So she was one of those too. She was working for a corporate place,
Mm-hmm.
and she wanted to be alone or whatever. And yeah, like you were there, you helped me move like some of the
Yes.
stuff or whatever.
Yes.
And yeah, so the whole time that she stopped talking to me or that we just wouldn't say hi to each other anymore, she's planning on leaving the shop. She forgets that we share mutual clients. So the work starts coming back to me. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
she's gonna leave. Hey, this, hey, that.
And
So,
she hasn't even told you anything.
yes, I'm picking
Oh
up
my
the
goodness.
vibes from the first girl that left me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm picking up the vibes, and like I already knew, like I was just kind of waiting for that moment. And then she calls me and she tells me, "Hey, I'm planning on moving." And I'm like, "Hey, it's cool. Don't keep in mind you have a contract with me until
So and so
this
day.
specific date." She's like, "Christina, I never signed a contract." So I took it upon myself to be like, you're not gonna use me until whenever you need me. I'm gonna let you go before.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever plans you have, I'm gonna give you a harder time.
Yeah.
So everything in her suite and her room, half of it was mine. And I'm like, how are you making money using my stuff?
Yes.
How are you talking bad about me, but you're using my stuff? How are you my friend, but you haven't told me you're gonna leave? You haven't told me your next move. Like, literally, all you told me was, hey, I have to leave by this day. And then she even had the balls to be like, hey, well, I'm still gonna pay you rent. And I'm like, I'm gonna pack me. I would have packed my shit and I would have just said, I'm still gonna pay you rent until this time. I was never gonna pay you rent. Like, you just have to think as the other person.
Yes.
So I cut her time short. I was just like, hey, I already have somebody coming in this day. I lied. I didn't have nobody coming in, but you're not gonna use me.
Yes.
You used me all these years, when she probably didn't see it like that, but I saw it like that. Because it's like, how come you can't tell me, hey, I'm planning on moving, or hey, I have this, I want to go a different route. Hey, like, the communication should be there. And that's what I love about me and you. It's like the communication's there. So it's like, why couldn't she just communicate, hey, I'm planning on leaving, instead of being shady?
Yes, and you have it, and then it pokes a little button in you or makes you feel a certain. Because now you have other people telling you stuff.
Yes.
When she should have been the first one to tell you something. Like, yeah, that would have got me mad.
Yeah, so she's the reason why now I got a fresh new group of girls at the shop, and it's literally business. I'm so glad, like, it's just cut off. My friends that I have are just, I literally have maybe 3-4 close friends. I don't fuck with bitches no more. These two bitches really fucked it up for any people trying
Any
to
future other bitches?
Yes, I'm just done with bitches, like, just in general. But yeah, I don't know. It's just weird. Like, girls are just weird. I don't know.
Yes, some girls move weird.
Yes.
I think so. Yes.
Have you had any?
As a grown up, no. Maybe in high school. Grown ups, I don't know, because I hang around basically with the same amount of people. I don't feel like betrayed like that. No, not like that. No, not like I.
Really?
No, it's just been more of a miss. I guess because I'm very outspoken, I don't try to let it go on too far. And if I get mad, I tell you. Like, we're not gonna let this go by. I gotta tell you. So I guess that's why, as a grown up, no, really. To be honest, no.
That's crazy. Well, yeah, this was all. I mean, this last one was recent, right? But I feel too, now that I'm 30, it just changes the whole perspective of, like, the friends, the family, the being in a relationship. Like, it just changes the whole.
I just think now, with losing a best friend, that's the only thing I can honestly say. It's more of a paying attention now.
Right, you're more careful with your surroundings.
Yes. Who's around me? Who's around my kids?
Yes.
Yes, that, and like that losing that friend made me. But I've always just looked at friends in general. Period. And who's around my kids, because I have nothing but girls.
Mhm.
But I'm just more of a, now I really like, okay, I feel like I'm like, this could be it. This is my really good friend that could possibly a best friend, but like I said, I don't want to give that title. I just don't want to, but I just feel like now I just look at friends just a little bit different. But betrayal, no. No. I can't, no. I'm like, literally, I'm being serious. I cannot think of anything.
So we went on Instagram and we asked you guys reasons you've lost a friend or a best friend. So let's do those. Over a guy.
That's terrible.
Yes.
Like I said,
girl code.
Yeah, no.
Where's the loyalty, bitch?
No.
Where? Misunderstandings. Oh, you just spoke about this one.
Yes. Yeah, no. It's always gonna be misunderstandings. We spoke about that one on episode one. I mean, part one of the best friend thing, or the friends.
I stopped drinking and she continued. Hardly see each other now.
I think that's, yeah. Your circle will always, when you change you, but your friends don't change sometimes. Well, you know what? Your friends don't have to change because you change. But some friends don't understand that there can be change. And I think that's where it gets a little
iffy or
yeah.
weird. But it's how did you say it last time? Like we're evolving, or like, so it's like our friend group changes too.
Yeah, it really does. What you do with not drinking, yeah.
Yeah.
Can't celebrate like that.
I love this. She chose her abusive boyfriend over our friendship.
He must be laying it down better than I do. You know, one thing I do tell my girls, I don't know if this is going to be off subject or what we're talking about, but it's more like, don't ever tell anybody to leave somebody if you're not going to do what that person does for them.
Yes.
Because, like, there's just an example. Let's just say I tell one of my girls, or one of my daughter's friends has a boyfriend and they don't like the way the situation goes. They're like, oh, Mom, we already told her to leave him. But she don't want to, blah, 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 whatever, right? And I'm just like, well, are you going to bust it down like he's busting it down for her? Are you going to buy her flowers? Are you going to make her feel good? Are you going to pay her bills? No? Then you shouldn't tell nobody to leave nobody. They have to figure that out on their own. That I do believe in. It's like I'll use you as an example. Like, if you had somebody, I'm going to tell you, oh, don't be with him, don't be with him. But am I going to do what they're doing? You know what I mean? I'm not. So why would I ever tell you to do it? You have to figure that on your own.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's still in the same.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still talking about friends. And that I did lose because she chose to stay with her abusive boyfriend or sneaky link or whatever he was to her. But it goes back to the thing, like, I just didn't want to see her hurt. It got overwhelming, her calling me, crying, hey, he hit me, what do I do? And I just kept repeating myself over and over. And it's like, hey, I have an extra room, like, you can come stay here. But if you come stay here, like, I don't want him here.
Yeah, no.
I don't want you to go back. Like, you coming here is me helping you to get away, because she claimed so many times she wanted to get away from him. So towards the end, I just told her, like, your toxic relationship is messing with me mentally, because now I'm way too involved.
Yes. So me too. That's the problem with friends being friends. So let's just say I'm real cool with this one person, but then you hear all the terrible stuff the spouse is doing. So now when you see her, you see him.
Yes.
Or you see their person, and you just want to rip their heads off. And so now you're gonna act a certain type of way, but you're mad at him, but she's still doing tricks with him, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, why are we, you know, I think there's just like some things you tell your friend and some things you don't tell a friend. And I know you're supposed to tell your friend, if you're very comfortable, everything, because we're supposed to be their relief, their
safe space too.
Yes, and I just feel like sometimes I don't say much because, or I do. It just depends. It all depends on the friend you're talking to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her abusive baby daddy told her she can't talk to me no more. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Because she was moving weird and trying to impress other people.
I think that's so, you'll find friends like that. I think you always find friends that don't understand that sometimes you're going to be a little bit successful.
Yes.
And they feel that they don't match up, or they're trying to match with the same vibe you're going through or whoever's going through. And I think in every circle there's a hater.
Yes.
I honest to God
I believe that too.
I honest to God think that in every circle there's a hater. So would they be considered two-faced?
Yes.
Because they're not going to tell you to your face, but I'm pretty sure they're telling the other little circle, oh, she ain't shit. She thinks she all that. She thinks because she has this, she has that. And then, you want to drink some coffee? let's go have dinner together.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think that can be. I think you have to find friends that understand that it's okay to be not in the same level.
Mm-hmm.
But if you genuinely care about that one person, their successes, you know what I always tell? I have this group of friends. I always tell them, you know, they got the money, and I know they do, and they know they do, but they don't act like it too much.
Mm-hmm.
And I always tell them every time they buy something, or they get something new or anything, I'm not hating on them. I'm like, girl, what you got is your blessing, because it's my blessing, because we're gonna go on your boat that you pay for, but I'm gonna be in it. So your blessing is my blessing. Let's go for it.
Yeah.
So whatever thing you do, sister, get it, girl, because I'm right behind you. So I ain't a hater.
That's really good. And I feel like as the person is evolving too, right? Like,
I even tell my compadres that. I'm like, because they have, you know, they have houses here, they have houses there. And I always tell them, yes, you got that? Okay, because your blessing is mine. Tu nueva casa es mi nueva casa.
yes, and I was gonna tell you that, like with like me with the whole TikTok thing, like I don't know where it's going, but it's like I'm not gonna leave my people that were with me when I started, like the ones that haven't switched up on me, or I don't know where TikTok's gonna send me.
Yes.
I really don't know, and I'm just taking it as
Just social media in
it's
general.
coming.
But TikTok
Yeah.
is getting up. So that's good.
Yeah, so
Yes.
it's like
So I'm like, to me, my girl, bitch, your blessing is
Keep
my
going.
blessing. Keep on going, because it's all of our blessings right here.
this next one says, because I got married.
And then they were never your friends. It wasn't a betrayal then. Okay, I don't know if this would be considered betrayal. So, before I got married, me and my spouse had a very terrible parts of months before we got married.
Mm-hmm.
I had one close friend. She don't talk to me now. But when I see her, I haven't seen her in years. But me and my spouse had kind of separated and got back together, whatever, right? And then I told her, I was like, hey, I'm getting married. She's like, for what? And I was like, bitch, because we talked about it and we're gonna get married. She goes, well, I'm not gonna go to your wedding. And she told me, she's like, no, if you're gonna marry him, I am not going. She did not want me to marry him. And she did not go to the wedding. There you go. Well, so like I said, basically she just thought, oh, I'm a bitch. I'm a dumb bitch for being with my man, but I'm still with my man. So who's a dumb bitch now?
Have you seen her on social media or anything like that, or came across?
No, I haven't seen her in years.
No.
There was only one time I got a message from somebody that was letting me know. Well, this is a messy one. So I haven't talked to her. I didn't talk to her for years until I got a message from somebody that was letting her know that her husband or her boyfriend was cheating on her, and she wanted somebody to relay the message to her. So I ended up finding her on social media, and I contacted her. I was like, hey, I just want to let you know I received this message. I think it's. She's like, yeah, I got a whole bunch. Whoever was looking for her went to all of her friends on her social media and was just sending them a message to let them know that her man was cheating on her and she needed to know. And then the message was like, your man ain't shit. We've been fucking. He's cheating on you. Please tell her that this is her man.
That's wild.
And that day she said she received so many phone calls, so many messages that this person just literally went down the friend list.
And you're still with your man.
And I'm still with my man. Yes.
Who's a dumb bitch?
Yes.
That's wild. That's so
Yeah.
crazy.
Okay. So there was part 2 of Friends, and what did we say it was going to be called?
Friends and foes, I guess.
Yeah, Friends and Foes. This was part 2. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe, guys. And leave us a comment below. Let us know, like, what did you think about the episode? Do y'all have friends that betrayed you? Did you dirty in any kind of way?
Did you forgive them? Are y'all
Yes.
friends now?
Have you walked by them and just acted like y'all never knew each other? That's fucking wild. Yes. So don't forget, if you haven't watched part 1, go watch it so you can catch up to this part 2.
And as always, go check all of our other videos we have posted. We're getting better.
Yes.
So this is go
XOXO,
your
your
favorite
favorite
duo.
duo.